Good day, and thank you for joining me on this kind of introduction to Usborne books. It will be kind of a quick run through of mostly the books in my collection. Quick in that I will kind of go over the book quickly, but it will be about 25 minutes long just to go through everything. I joined with Usborne back in May when my second son was born, and it's just been something I've enjoyed doing ever since. So I will dive right into it. This is the first book we'll look at. It's the That's Not My series. So there's lots and lots of books. These are great. You might recognize these. So Usborne books are mostly sold through kind of consultants such as myself or the websites, but they can also be found at Indigo or even HomeSense winners, but just that's not the main channel. It's mostly through individual consultants. So this one is one that has been carried at Indigo because it's so popular, and there's just so many different ones in this series. They're $12.95. They make a great baby shower gift. You've got this mouse that you need to find on every page, which is fun for the first readers, as well as all these different sensory kind of components, which is great. And then, yeah, so you're just looking for the animal, and at the end is the one you find that. Yeah, so that's great. Also for kind of early readers, these are probably the most popular, but these are probably my most favorite. It's a newer series, so there's only I think 4 or 5 of them so far, but they are coming out with new books every month. So this one is kind of the little peep through books. So Are You There, Little Elephant, or Bunny Rabbit? I don't even know the translation, but yeah, it's a rabbit. These ones are $10.95, and what I love about them is like you're trying to find the rabbit, so you think you see it, and then when you change the page you realize it's not what you're looking for. Anyway, so that continues so on and so forth until the very end when you find the bunny. We were reading this to my now 5-month-old, and my 3-year-old was like obsessed with finding the bunny. So definitely, obviously for the younger readers, but still fun for the older ones. I did show you that this one is in French. I did order early for Easter to throw in the Easter basket. Look at me. But yeah, so we have a section on the website that says French titles, so you can search everything in French, and that collection is also kind of growing slowly, but there's a good amount so far. This isn't the first book I had before becoming a consultant. I got it as a gift for Jacob when he was born, my 3-year-old, and it's just a sound book. It's the My First Noisy series, and so there's a bunch in this collection, and they've got great sounds. And this book obviously came with us everywhere. I've had to duct tape it like 6 times, just like it's been read many times. And we also have sound books on the website that don't have the side panel, but more these little kind of little things to touch on the page with sounds, and those are great for also for older children. These big tabs are great for the young ones. Then we have the playbook series. So these are kind of just introductions to words. So we've got animal words and garden words, and you can basically just see that, they've got these beautiful illustrations. Usborne's definitely known for their illustrations. And then you have different kind of, cutouts, or you can kind of run your finger through. So that's great for early readers also, when you've got all of the words you're learning and then them kind of in action. And another one for earlier readers is the Little Lift and Look. So I've got a Bugs one and Woods one in French, and I also really like these. These are also $10.95. Sorry, the last one, the playbooks, are $14.95. So these are $10.95. I love to give these for showers also. What I like about them is that they are kind of flat, like first flaps, and they're the extension of the page. So it's a bit of a cardstock, and it's a little bit stronger because it isn't just one of those flaps you can kind of pull right off. Yeah, and they're educational and teaching you about, in this case, all the bugs and stuff. And, you know, she's drinking a raindrop in the long wet grass. Who's that rustling in the grass? And a super springy grasshopper. So yeah, love these ones. And then the last one that I have for kind of the early reading is this one. So it's the Little Board Books collection. So all of the things I'm saying, you can kind of search those on the website where I can help you. But this one is basically just a shrunken down version of these picture books. So we've got On the Moon here, and then On a Pirate Ship, and On the Seashore. So I'll show you On the Moon first. So it's kind of early readers, and like it's a fictional story, but it's also very educational in that it's, you know, teaching you about all the things to do with going to the moon. So spaceship, the equipment you need, what you do on the moon. So it is a story, but it's also quite educational in the way that it's written. On the Seashore, for example, is all about a hermit crab who's looking for a new shell. I love this one. I also really like this size because this is great for kind of diaper bag, and it's thicker cardstock pages, whereas this one is the, you know, thin, and I like these because we read quite a bit at night, and when we're traveling, it's nice to not be packing hardcover books. So I like these. This one came to Florida with us, so that was fun to read the book and then, you know, go to the beach and start to look for some of the things that were in the book. I'll just show you a few illustrations. On the Seashore, so you can just kind of see what we're dealing with there, and same with the pirate ship. Those ones are, I don't know if I said $9.95, and the little ones are $8.95. I think they range. The Seashore is $8.95, so kind of all in that price range. Otherwise, in picture books, we have the phonics readers. So these are really popular. This one's $9.95. There are some, again, that are $8.95, and then there's some compilations. These are basically all rhyming books. And they're great for starting to read because often your kids can anticipate the next words because it's rhyming. So really good for young children and those starting to read for themselves. And then Poppy and Sam is another sort of series you can search. A lot of different books under that category, even activity books, painting books, everything. This is just like one of the oldest collections of Usborne. This one is just kind of these little grab and go books. These are $4.50, and these ones I got this one because they're called dual readers. So basically, if your child's starting to read, they can read the upper section, and if you only read the top section of the book, it will still make sense. The lower section, where there's more text and slightly smaller, is kind of for the adult to add to the story, but really, as they're early readers, they can focus just on the top. So these are great. Then we're going to go into a lot of more of the board books and starting to get into the older categories. So a lot of our series of books, you have kind of 3 different versions of the same kind of concept. So that would be, the first one I'll talk about is the Peep Inside, Look Inside, and See Inside. So Peep Inside will be your earliest readers, so maybe 3-year-olds. So, I mean, we looked at this one from pretty early on, but so Peep Inside is the first one. Other ones in the collection would be, you know, Animal Homes, The Castle, The Farm. So really cool, not too much text. A lot of fun flaps for the kids. Is there another one here? Yeah. And so on and so forth. So that's Peep Inside, teaching you about things, in this case, at the zoo. These are $12.95. Then you go into the look inside, so the next kind of category up. So let's say maybe 5-year-olds, roughly, give or take. And that is, so we've got, I have Wild Weather and Your Body. There's also Look Inside a Hospital, which I really like. Look Inside Things That Go, Space, the Airport, so many different things. You can see there's more text than the peep inside, and you can also see that there's quite a few more flaps. All of a sudden you're gonna get like multiple flaps. So Jacob, my son, is now really excited to asking a lot of questions about body, how things work. So we will be spending more time on this book. And I think he's going to love it. Wild Weather, same type of thing, where you've got all your flaps and talking about some different weather. So that's the middle one. And then the last one would be the Sea Inside. So I don't actually own any at this point, but there's like Sea Inside Great Cities, Where Does Food Come From, Sea Inside Oceans. So again, it's just the next level up, maybe 6 and 7-year-olds, but really like a 12-year-old could still love it because I love all of these already. I still learn a ton from just the look inside. So I believe there's a Sea Inside Your Body also, which will just be, these are more cartoon illustrations where the sea inside your body will be more true to what we look at as adults. Cool, a very cool concept. Another one I'm going to talk to you about now is the questions and answers. So again, it's the same thing where we have very first questions and answers, then we have first questions and answers, and then we have just questions and answers. So again, they go from different reading abilities and ages. So very first questions and answers are a lot of just kind of pretty simple questions that basically the youngest ones are sort of asking: why do we brush our teeth? Where do babies come from? How do I see? Why do we need bees? There's I think it's the next level. So anyway, this one I ordered because we were going to the dentist, and I just have a bit of a battle with him with brushing the teeth. So basically every page is like a different big question, and then lots of different answers throughout. So should everyone brush their teeth? When do we brush? How can dentists help? Why don't animals need to brush? Etc., etc. So yeah, lots of, and it's all flaps, so you can, so it still keeps kind of the little ones more engaged as you're learning about everything to do with, in this case, brushing your teeth. The next one is the middle, that middle one called first questions and answers. So in this case, I've got what are feelings? And so I ordered this just because I have a 3-year-old, and it's very, it's a lot of different emotions. So we're just starting to really learn to talk about them. And so you can see, this is, so again, you always have kind of like your main question and then a whole bunch of kind of sub questions and flaps. So in this case, is it wrong to cry? How many different feelings are there? And so on and so forth. What makes us happy? I think it goes through all of them. What makes us sad? What makes us angry? And what makes us scared, etc. So dealing with our feelings. So I really like this one, and we've just started to spend some time reading this one at night. The next one I talk about is the Big Picture book series. So there's not too many in this one, maybe dinosaurs, nature, I think. Anyway, this one is the one I love because we talk all the time about where food comes from. So questions and answers, where does food come from, would be a good one to get also, but I just couldn't resist the illustrations in this one. So yeah, it's called It All Starts with the Seed, and it basically just goes through different plants and things that grow in the ground, and so on and so forth. So it talks about tree fruits. Then we go into rice. I know there's definitely something about wheat. Anyway, it's a pretty big book. Lots of great illustrations and a decent amount of text. So some of these bigger ones, we just read a few pages per night. I'm just gonna slide this over. So that's kind of more into like that encyclopedia style, and then this is definitely more of an encyclopedia style book. So this is my first, and then again you have the other category above it. So this is my first science book again, so mostly cartoon drawings. And this is just all about science. So you've got, you know, your body, animal life, the world of plants, weather and seasons. So just kind of an overview of everything that is science at this age: light and dark, floating and sinking, how do things move. So yeah, just thought this was a good one to add. Then we have these kind of fun picture books, sort of encyclopedia-esque as well. 199. So this one's dinosaurs. We also have things that go, animals, jobs, in the garden, and basically it's really just different photos of 199 dinosaurs. So these are fun. I don't know, they could be stocking stuffers, or just to add to like a gift with, let's say if you're gifting a whole bunch of plastic dinosaurs, you could add this to it. We, for example, will grab our dinosaurs and try to match them to the book, but would be really fun with things like nature items and things on, and so on and so forth. We also have a very similar series, but it's 1000. So just for an older child, or even still, even a 3-year-old would love the 1000. It's just a lot bigger, and in the 1000 category, I think we have, I wrote this down. Yeah, things that go, animals, things in nature again, things to eat. So very cool as well. These ones are $10.95, and then the 1000 are more than that, but I can't remember the price off the top of my head. So that is it for the reading books. Then I have quite a few activity books, so I'll just run through those. Activity books and things to keep our kids busy have been like our lifeline these days. So I just love them, and they're great. So this is the painting series, Magic Painting. So they're just, they come with a brush, and basically you just use water and the drawings kind of come to life. Young kids can use it because they can just paint anywhere and there's no real mess, which is great if you feel like painting but without the mess. And then the older kids who do it will stay in the lines, and the color will be that much more bright. So really, it can go for a lot of different ages. These ones are $10.95. I think for most of the activity books, they can range up or down $1 or $2 depending. So that's Magic Painting. Then we have the wipe cleans. So again, you can just click on the website to see all the wipe cleans. I've got 4 here. So we've quite a few in kind of the getting ready for school kind of category. So this one is just like a little wipe clean, so it's a little bit smaller, and we've just got everything to do with alphabet and practicing letters. It does come with a dry erase marker. These ones are just the full-size versions, and you can see the illustrations are just a little bit more on the page in your practice. They're showing you kind of how you do the letters. Same for the numbers. So that's those. These are both $10.95 as well. And then this one is kind of more of a fun version. So there's also mazes and things like that. This one is dinosaur activities. So, you know, doing mazes, dot to dot, is that what it's called? Again, so those are lots of fun, and you can just erase them and do them over and over. We also have sticker books. I only have the first sticker books here, but there's also sticker books for older as well. So again, you always have those different age groups, but really they can be kind of interchangeable. The ages is a rough guideline. So we've got first fruits and vegetables. I love this one. This one's $9.95. It's probably one of my favorites because after you use it as a sticker book, it actually also becomes kind of like a book that you could read, because it's got quite a bit of information about the specific fruits and vegetables. So it does become kind of like a book you could read and still learn from afterwards. So that's that one. And then you have kind of all your stickers at the back, and then it tells you the corresponding pages that they would go to. So that's this one. And then we also have just kind of these ones, which are a little bit more fun. There's a lot of food themes, sorry. Noticing a trend. And then, yeah, same thing. You've got all your stickers at this one. In this case, they are in the middle, and then you have your various scenes that you can fill with the stickers. There's so many different versions of these books. I like the hotel one, the sticker dolly dressing ones, where you get to dress these little girls, is really popular. I ordered this one actually from Indigo because it was totally out on our site, and now it's actually, I believe, discontinued, but we have Venice and Rome, I believe, still. But again, same, just kind of follows the same concept as the others, where you've got your photos and then your corresponding stickers. So that's the stickers. And then lastly, just these little guys. I just ordered those just for travel, for stocking stuffers, whatnot. So these are just the mini series, like the Usborne mini books. So these ones all are about $5.50 or $6.95. So you got magic painting, just kind of a smaller version, a few less drawings. Pages, pardon me. These ones are neat. They're truck spotting and birds to spot. So for example, teaches you about all these different birds at the beginning, or different trucks, and then at the end you have your legend, or your kind of like bingo card, and you have all the different birds you can see. So when you see one from their book at the beginning, you put the sticker on the grid, and that will, and then it's fun to kind of collect over the summer. So we'll be bringing that to the cottage next year. And then this one is just, I don't have any, but we have a lot of activity books. And so they resemble this a little bit more, but in full size, and it's just kind of full of activities. So mazes, again, little pattern games, and this is all to do with travel, time zone. Yeah, so that is kind of a brief overview of everything in my collection. Please send me a note or comment below if you have any questions, or you can't find something on the website, and I can definitely help you. You can also reach out to me directly at Red Caboose Books, and I will provide you some more customized suggestions. Thanks so much. Have a great day.